If you have ever poured a bucket of ice cold water on your head. So no one here did the hashtag ice bucket challenge? That is crazy. I really thought everyone was going to do that. Well, this past summer, all I would see was you have been challenged to do the hashtag ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. That's all I would see for about 3 to 4 months on my Facebook timeline, Twitter timeline, and Instagram timeline. I noticed that everyone was doing it, and everyone was getting tagged, and everybody was pouring water on themselves, and there were some funny ones, and there were some stupid ones, but there was all kinds of stuff. I got a little nervous and a little interested because I didn't know what it was about, but I wanted to learn. But one thing that I did notice was that nobody, well, at least on my timeline, right, because I have stupid friends, they would never post a description or post like a little paragraph or links or something explaining what they were doing. All I would see was them pouring water on themselves, and I didn't know what it was all about. Until I went on Facebook one day and I saw that my brother was tagged in a video from his girlfriend, and it was the hashtag Ice Bucket Challenge. So at first he was like, damn, I have to do one of these dumb videos. But then he changed his mindset and he decided to do it a bit differently. So he went on his computer, he did some research about the disease, he did some research about the challenge, about the awareness, about why people were throwing water on themselves, etc. So he did the video, it came out pretty cool, I helped him out. And then he showed me all these links, he showed me a bunch of videos, he showed me a bunch of websites. So I learned a lot about it. And then after I heard him and I saw all these links and websites, I felt a lot of sympathy for people that have this disease or for anybody that will ever get this disease. And I was shocked at how serious it can be. But at the same time, I was glad that this challenge was raising awareness because it was also raising a lot of donations. So this was, and then a week later, I was challenged. And then I did the challenge and I also donated. And this is a picture of me throwing a whole bucket of water on my head. So next I will actually explain to you what the disease was. And I'll give you a bit of the history, I'll tell you what it does to your body, and I will give you some statistics. So ALS is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, but often called Lou Gehrig's after a Hall of Fame baseball player that played for the New York Yankees and was diagnosed in the 1930s. In England and Australia, it is known as the motor neuron disease. The French refer to it as maladie de Charcot after a French doctor named Jean-Martial Charcot, who first wrote about it. So as you can see, this disease, it was not something recent. It's actually been around for a long time. But it has obviously become famous into the hashtag ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. So I'm going to read you the official definition on the official website, alsa.org. And I quote, "A progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. Motor neurons reach from the brain to the spinal cord and from the spinal cord to the muscles throughout the body. The progressive degeneration of the motor neurons in ALS eventually leads to death. When motor neurons die, the ability of the brain to initiate and control muscle movement is lost. With voluntary muscle action progressively affected, patients in later stages become paralyzed." So what does that mean? I have no idea. So I searched it even more, and I put it down into more simpler terms for you guys. So think of this. Your brain has motor neurons, and think of motor neurons as the UPS or the FedEx of your body. So the motor neurons are the ones that transfer and send signals to your brain that makes us and lets us move parts of our bodies. So I'm doing this because the motor neurons are telling my body to do this. So for example, the upper motor neurons send signals to my spine that control my hand muscles. And the lower motor neurons in my spine send signals to my brain to move my hand. So without the motor neurons, I wouldn't be able to do anything. So over time, this disease causes these motor neurons, or the FedEx, in the brain and spine to shrink and disappear, making muscles no longer be able to receive signals, so we can't receive signals from our brain to our spine or from our spine to our brain, so I wouldn't be able to move our hands or my feet or anything. So that's why, as a result, our muscles become smaller and weaker until we become paralyzed. So now some statistics off the official ALS website. A little over 5,600 people in the U.S. are diagnosed with ALS each year, making that 15 new cases every day. It is also estimated that 30,000 Americans have this disease at any given time. 60% of them are men, and 93% of them are Caucasian. Now, a lot of people always wonder, how can I get it? What should I do? Well, ALS disease is something that people develop with growth. And actually, doctors are still trying to figure out how to avoid it or how to prevent it. So, in conclusion, you might have thought that the hashtag ALS Ice Bucket Challenge was just something fun or something stupid or maybe just a waste of water. But actually, it was a lot more than that. It raised a lot of money. And since July 29, 2014, ALS received $150 million from donations. And you can still donate at alsa.org. So think about this. Next time that you see something trending, I don't know, like Ebola, you might want to research it so you can prevent yourself from getting it. You can learn about this disease, and you can also help spread awareness. Thank you.